Hello there. Today we are taking a look at 5 games that you forgot about. Now, clearly I'm being a bit glib in that intro. Obviously not everyone forgot about these games. In fact, some of you may have found this video because it mentions one of the games that you've been thinking of. These are going to be games that got a little bit of buzz initially, may have even been well received, but then they fell off, and many of them are out of print at this point. We are just going to start in alphabetical order with City of Horror. This is one of my favorite zombie games, and even though zombies are a bit played out at this point, the theme is incredibly strong and well done. It is a social negotiation game, not social deduction. There's no hidden cards or rolls or anything like that. This game is pure negotiation and bribing. And I really like it. It has a fantastic movement mechanism and is just really well done. I don't know why this one didn't stick around and instead we got a bunch of different versions of whatever that zombie game is that I'm forgetting about. It's going to be up in this corner here. Dead of Winter. Yeah. Obviously you know which one I prefer. But City of Horror, definitely worth checking out if you can find it. That is, again, many of these are out of print. Next up here we have New York 1901. This game, again, got a lot of good buzz initially, and many were saying, oh, this is a Ticket to Ride killer and things like that. And while I do somewhat agree with that sentiment, because I do think it is better than Ticket to Ride, I think that puts a bit of an unrealistic expectation on it. But this game is really clever and simple. You are taking one of two actions every turn, building your skyscrapers, which have different generations. You're trying to take over streets. You're trying to meet a certain end game goal. And everything is just packaged really well. The designer supposedly had different city maps planned out for expansions and things like that. Clearly, those did not come to fruition, which is unfortunate. I really do like this game. I've done videos on it before, back when I had the personality of a plastic potato, and yeah, they're older videos, so you don't have to watch them. Just know that it's a good game, definitely worth checking out, better than Ticket to Ride. Next up here we have Temporum, which is from the same designer as Dominion. Yes, the same designer as Dominion, but this game just sort of fizzled. And I think that the popularity of Dominion definitely has something to do with it, because people were expecting something as good as Dominion. And while I wouldn't necessarily say it's better, it's also not worse. It's a different type of game. Temporum is a time manipulation game. I'm not going to say time travel because that doesn't really come into play. You are trying to arrange timelines in an order so that you benefit the most from their actions. And it's easier said than done because the other players are going to be doing the same thing. And I really enjoy this one. I don't hear it talked about really anywhere at all. The expansion is absolutely worth it. It doubles the content of the base game, and I really like Temporum. It's different from Dominion. It is not really something, again, you're comparing apples to oranges here. So I unfortunately think the popularity of Dominion just killed this game, which is unfortunate because it's a good game. I really like putting together combos, and just the way that you play cards and manage your resources in this game is really well done. That is Temporum. Next up here we have The Wizard Always Wins. This is a silly looking game that actually has great gameplay. It's not really like anything that I've played before. It has a combination of bag building, where you are putting gems into a bag that's full of other random things, and you are also collecting sets of cards while picking a certain role. So think like Citadels, where you're selecting a role and you do that action that turn. And the whole point of the game is to just draw one of your gems out of the bag. You do that, you win. But only if you're the wizard, hence the name, wizard always wins. So it's really clever, and yes, you could theoretically get super lucky and win with just one gem in a bag of 30 plus tokens, but again, it's unlikely. So it's finding that line of when do I start drawing and when do I just keep putting more chips in. Again, great game that kind of came out and then disappeared. This company has since gone on to produce a lot of licensed mass market games, but their original set of games, which also included How to Rob a Bank, are also pretty good. So I would check out Wizard Always Wins. And last but not least here, we have another game with Wizard in the title. It is Wizards Wanted. Now, this is a game from Mattel, you know, the people that make Uno and pretty much nothing else that people know about. I guess Phase 10, right? But do people like Phase 10? Anyway, Wizards Wanted has the designer's name on the box. So right away, that tells you that you're looking at something different than the usual Mattel Hasbro style of game. And this game is really crunchy. That is to say, the economy in this game is interesting and fun to manipulate. You are trying to gather pixie dust to complete tasks because you are an apprentice wizard trying to get their license. And as you complete those tasks, you earn money, and then you can use that money to then buy pixie dust, which allows you to complete more tasks. But there is a stock market in this game, sort of, in the sense that the price of pixie dust will rotate every time a player purchases some. So it creates a really interesting dynamic. Your movement is also based on pixie dust, so you can essentially choose to not move very far and gain pixie dust, or spend pixie dust to move further. So this dynamic of pixie dust is really well done, and I think maybe slightly above the age range recommended on the box, but it's right behind me. I don't actually know what the age range is, but it's a bit more complex than it leads on. And I really like this game. It's got decent enough components with a good insert. And again, it came out, it had some buzz, but I think just because it was from Mattel, a lot of people just pass this over. But I would definitely recommend giving Wizards Wanted a shot. So those are 5 games that, again, you forgot about. Whether or not you remember them, well, let me know in the comments. And I hope to see you in another Board Games, Bricks, and Hobbies video. Take care. Bye.